The story begins immediately after the events of Infinity War. Thanos snaps his fingers and half the Wakandan population, including their king, T'Challa, turn to dust. Initially, there is chaos. Nobody understands what just happened. Then, slowly dust starts to settle as Wakandans come to their senses. Still, things aren't back to normal. That's because Wakanda just lost their king. Again. This time the situation is more problematic because the heart-shaped herb, the thing that bestows the powers of Black Panther, does not exist anymore since Killmonger burnt it all. At this point, I want to share a philosophical thought that history tends to repeat itself when the situation is the same. Just like when the tribes settled in Wakanda prior to the first Black Panther, in the present day they don't have a leader, so they fight. The unity of Wakandan tribes is crumbling. It is in desperate need of a king. At this point, there are two schools of thought. The realists led by Okoye, the leader of Dora Milaje, who witnessed the passing of a king firsthand, believes that Wakanda needs a new king. The most eligible candidate is M'Baku of the Jabari tribe, although he is no longer interested in being the king of Wakanda. Further, the other four tribes won't accept him as the king. Meanwhile, there are believers led by T'Challa's mother who believes that her son is gone but not dead. There is still hope that those dusted can return. But the question is that true? And how? The answer to that question probably lies in the ancestral plane. If someone is to transport themselves to this Wakandan afterlife, they will know for sure if T'Challa can come back or not. Unfortunately, again there is the same problem. There is no more herb. Now, I want us to go back to the beginning of the first Black Panther movie, where we are shown the Wakanda's origin. In it, it is said that the tribes were fighting, and then the Panther goddess led a shaman to the heart-shaped herb. Led, not teach him to cultivate. This means that the heart-shaped herb exists somewhere out there on Earth. All they have to do is to find it and bring it to Wakanda. But it's not easy. The herb is heavily guarded by an intelligent underwater species, the Atlanteans. So someone will have to retrieve it stealthily. That job goes to Nakia and Shuri. Yes, Shuri is alive. The fact that we never saw her turn into dust is because she never did. The reason people pretended that she is dead is for her protection. After T'Challa, she is the rightful heir to the throne. This means that if someone desires to sit on the throne, they will have to defeat Shuri or perhaps kill her. Hence, for her own safety, Shuri is told to stay away from Wakanda by her mother. So once they realize where to get the herb from, Shuri and Nakia go there. The plan is to quietly steal the herb, but they fail and get caught. Meanwhile, the civil war in Wakanda continues. The Dora Milaje are trying to find a solution. Through discussion, some ideas come out as they talk about their king. The one unique thing about T'Challa as a king was that he learned from his mistakes. In Civil War, he was consumed by vengeance, but then he overcame it by sparing Zemo's life. In the first Black Panther movie, T'Challa realized that it was wrong to keep Wakanda's existence hidden from the world, so he decided to fix that. Similarly, the Killmonger situation taught him that nobody is perfect. Hence, no one person should have the kind of power a Wakandan king has. Basically, he was planting the seeds of democracy, so that the tribe will unite over mutual agreement instead of uniting under one powerful ruler. This was his plan before he was gone. This thought is what gives rise to building a team of Wakandan heroes, representing each tribe with no one person on the top. At this point, I'd like to deepen Vibranium mythology, saying that the meteor striking the Earth is what brought complex intelligent humanoid life to this planet. When the meteor struck the Earth, while some of it landed on the land, part of it went to the seas. That's how two superior species came into existence: the humans on land and the Atlanteans of the Seven Seas. The vibranium reserves were unequally divided, more in form of mines on the land of Wakanda. This meant that Atlanteans were always hungry for vibranium. Unfortunately for them, the Wakandans were always together under the protection of the Black Panther. Further, Wakanda was kept hidden from the world, especially from the Atlanteans, to keep the vibranium out of their reach. But now the secret is out after Shuri is caught. This poses a threat. Also, after learning that Wakanda is divided as it could be, this is the best opportunity to strike. At this point, Shuri and Nakia find a way to escape, but without the heart-shaped herb. They return to Wakanda to warn their people. The team of heroes, the Black Panthers, unite under the leadership of Shuri with her advanced technology and weaponry. The fight between two kingdoms happen until Shuri and the team find a peaceful way to resolve the issue without a lot of casualties. Wakandans agree to share their vibranium while the Atlanteans offer the heart-shaped herb. Now is the time to travel to the ancestral plane. But who will go? In the past few months, Shuri has displayed a lot of courage, not only by leading the Wakandan army, but also convincing the enemy to stop fighting. So while she is not ready to become the ruler of Wakanda, she is the clear choice for being the next Black Panther. Shuri takes the herb and travels to the ancestral plane. There, she expects to meet her brother. But T'Challa is not there. Instead, she has a heartfelt conversation with her father, T'Chaka. She returns with the news that those dusted aren't really dead, which means there is still hope for them to return. End. The movie ends here, but it will be followed by a bunch of post-credit scenes that bridge the gap between the events of Black Panther 2 and the present day. First scene is Wakandas and Atlanteans exchange their knowledge. That's when they learn that they come from an intelligent species from space, thus planning to take Wakanda to space. Second post-credit scene is Shuri is no longer a little girl, so she prepares to join T'Challa in the final battle of Endgame when all the dusted people return. Third scene is after the events of Endgame, T'Challa realizes that Wakanda no longer needs him to be their king. He is relieved to some extent. Hence, he joins the team of Wakandans for the space mission. This way, even in the far future, if Earth becomes inhabitable, Wakanda will exist forever. Okay, this is my pitch so far, and in order to make sense why I think that this is the right story, I have a bit of a breakdown of the story, why it makes sense. After the unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman, the actor who played T'Challa, Marvel needs to find a clever way around this situation. If they don't want to recast the role, keep his legacy intact, introduce more characters and then push the narrative forward. I think the most appropriate way is to show the events when T'Challa was snapped out of existence. Secondly, the earthquakes under the ocean Okoye is talking about in Endgame. She does not want Avengers to handle it because they already handled it. Atlanteans still want their existence to be a secret from the rest of the world, and Wakandans respect that. Third is, T'Challa won't allow his little sister to join the battle against the Thanos' army unless he knows that she can protect herself. Her arc in this movie ensures that. Also, if Carly Morgenthau can display leadership qualities at such young age in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then so can Shuri. These are the reasons why I think that this should be the story of Black Panther. That is, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I know that the script is already ready and the film is going into production soon, which means that my pitch is irrelevant. Still, I thought it was a good idea that come to my mind, and so I should share it with other people. Thank you.